It's a game of
Okay.
numbers and quality. Goes hand in hand. You should not finish a day without having at least three. I mean, I got that advice from, if you notice on Slack yesterday, we had this massive breakthrough. One of our students got a job,
Yeah.
sponsorship and everything, Accenture. That's huge. Like, that's huge. All sponsorship paid. And you are definitely able to do that as well. Like I'm very sure I'm not even worried about I know you will get a job. I just want you to get it quick. I want you to get it quick because now peop companies are planning for their new financial year. They need to do budget things, hiring, set all of those things. So, like, you need to position. There's time for AI is driving the world crazy now. So we want to like position people, and you're at that stage. But anyway, let's get into um
I
what you wanted to
I think
run through.
another I think another thing I would probably be I don't know for certain, but I think because I changed my phone number. I don't know if they're trying to reach me via phone, although through my cover letter, I usually say, reach out to me via my email. But that is one thing that I had in mind that when they're
Ah,
trying to call me,
I forgot that. I forgot that because I've been chatting you on one WhatsApp number, Nigerian number. I'm like, oh, definitely some application will call you first. They want to do that
yeah.
initial, yeah, you are qualified before they even shortlist you. Now you've missed massive opportunity. You say they are not calling you. Like, how will you even change your number? Like, I know you're in Nigeria, but that's part of what I'm saying. Anyway, it's not, but you're just delaying the process. That's what I'm not happy about. Because, like, I don't know. I don't know really, but I just was too optimistic. Like, if after the training you went with that ginger you had and you were pumping application, quality application, trust me, by now you'd have gotten a job because you
I see.
are eloquent. You just go and shine through that interview, get a job, and that's it. You don't even you have a PR. I think it's because now you have a PR, you're doing shakara. You're like, yeah,
No,
anyway, I can just work into the country. But it's fine. You've worked out for it, so yeah. So worst case, you are saying government will take care of me, eh?
no, God forbid. That's not that. I don't even have that in my plan.
Exactly.
I'm definitely going to get the BA, and I know as soon as
You
I get it,
are.
I'll get
Like
it.
I'm gonna see
I'm
to
not
it
on the
like
timeline.
you must get like there's
But
no choice for you. I'm not like your daddy, but on this journey, like you have to get it. Like you can't have rest or help because we can't allow like all your talent to just like not be explored. Like please, you need to get it. So you have to. My pain meant, if I'm allowed to say, is that you're delaying the process. If you know what I mean, you're delaying the
mm,
process. Anyway, let's crack on. You said you wanted to run through a
another
project.
question. All right. Okay. So
All your concerns, let's talk about it.
okay, the two projects that I have in mind, which is the Project 8, the People Central System, and also the Data Warehouse Modernization. So I just wanted to run through both of them and
I hope
just
you'll be
get.
sharing something. Oh. Are you sharing something like presentation or you want to do like interview style? Which one?
No, I was actually just gonna ask you questions, like
So you're not
just
going
say
to
it's.
share your screen. So how do you want to help me with retention? It's 10 almost 10 p.m. here. So all
No,
these things
chill will
you're
be fun
saying now be
when you're less tired.
no, no, go on, let's see. But the best way would be like articulate your project, share your slide and say, hey, here is what I'm thinking, or be showing me whatever you're trying to validate visually. We can't just be chatting. It's just like the way we are texting. The reason why I said let's jump on a call, Zoom call, is so we are prepared, like we are working session basically. But anyway,
Mm,
please for next time, let's crack on.
okay. I think we had like two different ideas of what it was. Because for me, I thought I was just going to call you and then have a overall like a more deeper understanding of what each of the projects, like you've done them, you know them. So I was hoping that you pass on that knowledge to me.
How much is my
And
1 hour what? How much do you think my 1 hour is worth? So
this is from
I should
the
just be
kindness of
chatting you. I should just be chatting you. If I had sent you invoice, maybe you will know that I need to come prepare. Anyway, all right, let's go. Tell me.
okay. All right, so for the first project, I'm going to start with Project 9, which is the data warehouse modernization. I was reading through it to try to understand, and I was just hoping, like I said, I really thought you would explain it, certain things, like what is the industry? We don't really have like what industry is this project? What's this project based in? Also, I guess
Which one is
now
that?
the data warehouse modernization.
Is it part of interview too, Kate?
Yes,
What number?
Project 9, it's on page 17.
Page 17. Okay, page 17. Let's go to page 17. Is it learning management system?
No, have you got a different one from me?
Which one is that? Insurance? Is it insurance claim platform?
No, it says that data warehouse modernization. Just so we're clear, and I know that we are on the same. I don't know if you can see. Can you see like
Data
so that's the thing. And then I'm gonna show you.
project
Uh,
9. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, project 9. Project 9, data warehouse modernization.
Sounds like you had a really long day at work today.
Ah, hmm, spinning. I'm trying to create a course. I've exhausted my energy. Alright, this is yeah. So if you want to use this project, first of all,
Mhm.
I hope you understand the concept of data migration, data warehouse, all of that. Because this is your
I think
selection. This is advanced level project kind of thing you want to choose. So do you understand like data migration, data warehouse, things like that, source of truth?
I wouldn't say I fully understand a lot
What
to do with that, except from the common knowledge of like data warehouse. Obviously, that's where you store the data
mm,
migration, moving data. It's just
yeah,
common knowledge anyone would know. But I
yeah.
wouldn't say I have like deep
What
understanding. I didn't do a lot of this stuff.
what was the draw factor to this project for you?
That it was 24 months. That it was a very long project.
Timeline. So you're looking for a very long, any project can be really long. It's not, it depends on what you're doing. But I'll try and explain. Like you said, right? Data warehouse, the concept is where we store data, right? And we know data, um, it depends on the industry. I think this is a generic project, so you can actually tailor it to different industry. You can tailor it to Coles or Woolworths or tailor it to um, whatever industry really. You can tailor it to a software company. You can tailor it to transport. You can tailor it to government. The point here is that we have a data warehouse where we store our data. We built it and we have data pipelines. So just like pipelines, you know the function of pipelines, to channel all this data.
If you get to a
Um,
point where I don't understand, if you get to a point where I don't understand, I'll let you know.
yeah.
So far.
So now the problem statement here, right, is let me share because so that if somebody needs to understand this project, I don't need to repeat this. Um, can you see?
Yeah.
So what is happening here? The problem statement here is saying that the organization observed some issues in their operational and corporate reporting. So basically, what they are saying is for all their corporate reporting needs, right? There were some issues. Now, report would rely on data. Just think about if I want to create data, like report on how many students are enrolled with same skills, in cohort 6 and cohort 7, I would need to rely on the data, right? Your names, your phone number, things like that, when you enrolled. So that's data, and all of those data will be stored in a warehouse. We don't store in a warehouse because we don't have a lot of data, right? So it's like goods. If you store things before you need a warehouse, you must have like a lot of data, right? A lot of goods you want to store. In that sense, I hope that makes sense so far. So
I get
yeah,
it.
so yeah, that's the idea. So for operations, like if they want to create some reports, right? Now you can think about different type of report. Like I said, I just gave you an example for sales skills. If we are tailoring this to like codes where they deal with inventories, goods, and all those products they sell, a data, a report can be what? The like CEO of course might want to see, okay, what was the fastest selling product last month? What was the least selling
What's the
product?
average of products that are getting spoiled before
Exactly,
being
like you get so different type of report can be built, right? That would help them say, oh, we bought these veggies for this branch of coals and they spoiled before, all of that. Let's stop or let's reduce the quantity of veggies we buy for this branch because people there seem like they don't like broccoli, for example. Maybe there are more black people in that community and they don't care much about broccoli, and we've been storing broccoli, it goes bad. You get so data helps us get an informed decision, right? So, so what we are saying here is for this company, even though they have this data warehouse, they have some issues where there's no single source of truth for reporting. So, what the source of truth means that there's no central point for reporting. Source of truth is like if I go to this point or this system or this database, I would always find the correct information. Some companies have so many issues where, you know, they have data in CRM, have data in another application, accounting application, have data in website, have data in, so they have data scattered everywhere
with different locations?
in different locations. So if you want to make like that report we talked about earlier, right? Because there's no centralized platform where those data are harmonized and refined and you know, then I would be building wrong report. Do you
Is it
get what?
anything to do with is it anything to do with showing evidence for what you're reporting? Or it's just because it's not centralized?
Is any say that again? Is anything to do with what?
So that issue, the problem of not showing a single source of truth, does it have to do with not showing evidence of what you're reporting, or what's the problem of having different locations
It's the problem of not
for report?
having harmonized data, right? So, like your data is just think about it this way. So, if if you have 5 bank accounts, right? Today, maybe that's the true case. You have 5 bank accounts, and somebody wants to get your net worth, right? But they don't have access to, they don't know how many accounts you have. Will they be able to tell your true net worth?
Yeah, I get it. No,
Do you get?
I
Because
mean,
now it just
eventually,
scatter.
it
Yeah,
would be a harder task, but yeah, I
yeah,
get it.
it will be a harder thing, right? So it will be like, oh, I need to ask, Visayo, like, how many accounts do you have? Like, and what type of accounts? This you get. So it's like not
And I have
central,
to be
but
sure that the 5 you're telling me is just 5. Yeah,
do you understand? So
yeah,
maybe you don't even know you have one bank account that is dormant, but there's money there, or there's loan that you say like you money you owe, right? So now if they are doing your own net worth, maybe just financial perspective, not considering like your asset, your other things. Let's just say monetary liquid net worth, right? They'll be missing out on some vital data because this bank account that is dormant, or some that you've forgotten. Like me now, I'm pretty sure I have a lot of bank accounts. I can't remember them again in Nigeria because I used to have a lot of bank accounts in Nigeria because I did a lot of consulting for banks. Sometimes they want you to definitely open an account with them. So if somebody wants to do my leak, they will not see some of them because even me, I can't remember. That's the same problem when when you're talking about business. They might have some applications they've used that they have junked. They don't even know where they are again, or they can't, like, they are not considering those data, or that those data are not, they are stale, they are not refreshed, just like your dormant bank account. Do you understand? So in that case, we have a problem of single source of truth. Single source of truth is when there's a centralized place where the data there is always correct. But think about now, I have maybe an app that I have centralized all my account. It gives me my full account balance across all the bank account everywhere. Now that is my single source of truth. Make sense?
got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so these guys, they don't have single source of truth for reporting. Duplicate report as a result of organic growth causing reporting complexity. Do you get this now? Like they have duplicate report. Like I
Like,
said, there's different things, right? Multiple data warehousing and reporting plan leading to increased operational and maintenance cost. Again, you see how we do different report, different,
it does have its repercussions.
yeah, end of life
Mm,
and legacy
that's what I
system.
think.
So they are all like tied to the same problem, right? So that's
Actually, I
what.
don't understand the end of life legacy.
So end of life is like literal, right? End of life is like this system is not fit for purpose anymore, right? And
Okay.
legacy, legacy systems are systems that are not optimal. Like we want to replace them, right? It's not fit for purpose. It does not support our business needs anymore. So
Are they still
on-prem,
being used or not?
they they can still be used. They are still being used, but it's causing us a lot of problems, right? So that those are legacy systems. There are a lot of issues with legacy systems. Sometimes in support, sometimes they've written them like maybe 10 years ago with some outdated programming language that we don't have support for anymore.
So it's basically not the right fit for the organization anymore.
Yeah, it's not a fit for them anymore. So those are, but if they say end of life,
Mm.
if they say end of life, that's even critical. Not all legacy system are end of life, but if they say end of life and legacy system, that means that legacy system is almost not usable anymore. Do you understand? To give you an
Mm.
example, when I was in InterSwitch, we had a legacy system that was reaching end of life. And what was that about? Because We always have downtime almost every week, right? And the company that built it was in Mexico. Remember, Nigeria and Mexico are not in the same time zone. So if they want to get support to say, hey guys, come and help us fix this system is down again, it takes hours and hours. And because we are operating the financial space, just think about, those agents, I'm sure you would have seen them now, right? Those agents that give cash out, all of those things in their store with POS.
Yeah.
Imagine they've done transaction and they can't pay customer. What do you think customer will do?
I
Yeah?
think that's a lot of anxieties. You know,
Angry,
waking up every
fight. In fact, sometimes they'll fight, they'll beat those agents because of our own issue. Our system is down. Can't process transaction and things like that. And they've debited their card, things like that. So it's messy. We couldn't continue like that. So we're like, nah, we have to change this system. So that's like critical end of life. This system is going down, and if you say somebody is end of life, it's the same thing. That person is already,
old.
alright? So that's what that is about. And when they say on-prem, on-prem means on premises, right? So today you have the simple way to understand, you have some data that you put in your hard drive, right? Movies, remember, you
Yeah.
store them in your hard drive. Those are can be like your on-prem data because they are on your physical hard drive. For system, for companies, some companies have physical data center in their sites where they store their data. But these days, there's cloud computing, right? Just like the way you have Google Drive, you keep your data there rather than physical hard drive. That's now cloud. So when you hear on-prem, on-prem means on premises, like you have the data on premises, right?
Okay.
Cloud is like you store it in the cloud, like AWS, Google,
I
whatever,
get it.
all those claim. Yeah, so that's what this is saying. So if you have your data on premises, like your data warehouse, like I said, if you have it on premises, right? What are the things what are the issues that can happen?
Yeah, I can see the reason for the security
Yeah, you can see. For
attack.
security, both cyber, you know, even physical security issue because it's
So
the
even on-prem can even mean like even written documentations.
ah
On-prem can also even mean like for this particular project, written reports, like written documentations. Maybe they have like even the storage.
no, we're only talking about it from a software
There's
perspective, right? Not
different.
paper,
All right.
not like doctor, not like some hospital you go and they're carrying patient file up and down. We're talking about it from system perspective only, right? But we can already appreciate that if you have your data warehouse on-prem in an end of life legacy systems, too many issues here.
Yeah.
First, you're opening yourself to cyber attacks. Alright? You are going to be limited in integrations. Whatever thing you need to integrate to is not going to be very easy. Today, cloud technologies for storing data is easily integrated to many systems. All right, you will see. Sometimes you want to upload something, it says it already gives you Google Drive, this one, that one. That's integration. But if you have
Multiple
your
access.
exactly, but if you have your, just think about it like if I have my document on Google Docs, how many things can I connect to versus if I have it on my hard drive, I need to always
Yeah.
plug it into my system and all of those things first before. So integration is limited, right? I can't just plug a software to my hard drive and access the file and maybe share automatically, things like that. I can't just plug something to my hard drive and send you link from my hard drive to you to copy the file there. But I can send you a link to my drive to access a document easily, right? So
I get it.
that's because of integration. So
So it's definitely like an old system. Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
so
screaming old system.
yeah, so you get it. So these are the issues, and this is so all of these generic issues
All
you
right.
can actually tailor it to any domain. Like any company can actually be be suffering from this because every
Okay.
company, even since skills as small as we are, we generate data, generate learners data, we generate different type of data.
Okay. And as my role as a BA for this type of project, because it's looking like a very data analytic role
Yeah, that's why I
than a BA.
said no. Your role here is not is to first of all understand the problem, right? So have you
Actually,
understood the problem for like now? Right.
I
So
would
your
say,
role, yeah, your role is not to do anything data per se, is to articulate the problem, understand the problem, work with stakeholders to recommend solutions, right? That's your role. You're not going to be building data pipelines or fixing systems, but you'll be writing requirement for, oh, this is why this is needed. Oh, I've engaged this team. This is their issue on this, these are the issues they reported, things like that. Now, once you understand the problem, and because of the problem, now you should start to understand the limitations, right? I've explained some of them in a way.
yeah.
So, see, upon various analyses and development of a business case, the organization saw a need to invest in this initiative. The business case I developed was able to provide insight to the organization on how the proposed option will strengthen the organization data security, limit cost, increase corporate report efficiency. Support component of business case include decommissioning. You know what decommissioning means?
To cancel or to
Yeah,
stop.
move away from, right? To stop using, to decompose, right? Just move away from that legacy system, right? And
Yeah.
transition to the new reporting platform. So basically, you see the work of here, you understood the problem. Now you're going to develop a business case. Remember, we want to modernize. What does it mean to modernize? We want to move away from this
Make it
dead
better, more
and
efficient.
make it better. Exactly. So we did a business case as a business analyst. So you see that it's not about data, but of course, you must know what data is, what data warehouse is, what single source of truth is. That's why I've explained it. Yeah. So
Mhm.
then here you do a business case to justify, hey, we need to move away from all these issues, right? Because as I said, if you're a cause and you don't have a single source of truth, you run into problems because you can't even tell, oh, what should we stop buying in this branch? What should we stock on? What should we remove from our shelf? What should we add to the shelf? What is moving in this region? What does this region like? All of those insights for business decision is important. So here, you're suggesting, other than allow them have multiple duplicate reports everywhere, let us streamline our reports, right? And then consolidate relevant one and decommission irrelevant one. That's easy, right? Simply let us just focus on the important reports, move away from the ones that does not make sense. And we're saying let us decommission that end of life data warehouse sitting on SQL Server. Remember, just like your hard drive, server is a physical storage, right? System, right? So now
Mhm.
you see here, we're going to introduce a new cloud-based data lake and data warehouse. You see the keyword
Are we going
cloud-based.
are we going to move the old report to the new one?
After you streamline them, you move the one you want to go continue with.
Okay.
All good.
Yep. I
So
think I got it
just
sorted.
yeah, just think about it like this. I this one's like this is my hard drive. I'm gonna you know stop using it, move all my files into Google Drive, right? Where all my data on my hard drive will now be sitting. But before I do move data, I will remove all those 2018, 2012 movies that I don't want anymore. But I'll keep all my certificates, my important document, and move them to the Google Drive. That's just if you're like trying to relate it to your own personal journey. Yeah,
So even as a BA in this project, I would have to also understand which one is not which one is important and which one is not important. That would also be a phase of the project.
you get it. So you're going to be working with
Mm.
who to determine what report is important, what report is not important. Who are you going to be working with?
Depending on the industry, it's what I call SMEs.
Yes, SMEs, different stakeholders, right? You'll be working with
Yeah.
them to see where your job, you want to, you have a lot to do. There are different things you'll be doing here.
Even discarding the old data
Exactly. You
would
want to
be important.
work, oh, we need a data analyst or data engineer to help us cleanse this data. But then you'll be working with the stakeholders to know which one is the right data, what data and what report should we keep and what report should we discard, things like that. See, the rest, phase one, this is just the phase of different things. And
But
these are
isn't
the,
the
mhm.
oh sorry, I'm going fast. Isn't the reporting platform supposed to be more than one? Because isn't that the problem? So not just IBM Cognos.
Say that again. Isn't what more than one?
The existing reporting platform, isn't it supposed to be just more than one? Because that's the whole problem from what I've heard so far. It's like there are multiple reporting platforms.
Yeah, there can be. We're not giving the full. Remember, this is a summary of the project, right? So I'm not
Mhm.
calling out all the different systems. As I said, you can tailor this in a different way. You can
In
make up
terms of,
system. You can say some reports are obviously on CRM, some are in their finance system, some are in their procurement, some are in the inventory management system. Think about what are the systems that depending on the industry. Let's say the inventory codes. You want to know inventory report, right? That would be an inventory system. You want to know finance, how much we bought them. You want to know like CRM, what are customers buying? Are people doing flybys, things like that. So you just want like there are different systems. You can tailor this anyhow you want. The idea is you should just know the project, right? So know the concept of what we're trying to solve. Know how you can finesse these different things you need to achieve.
okay. Um, so just a question, like, having worked in Nigeria previously, what do you think would be the best industry to select um for this kind of project?
Depends on you. Anyone is, as I said, all industry produce data, right?
But in Nigerian setting, which ones would
Which
be
one do you have experience in? Which company do you have experience working with? You can say a bank if it's easier for you, right? You can say a bank. Oh, when modernizing, of course, we want to gain insight about our customer. We have CRM for that, right? We want to gain insight about what type of transaction they do, what types of accounts they open. So we have core banking application for that. You want to know what are the services that customers, so those are different type of reports. And bank product are a lot. There's loan, there is commercial banking, there is personal banking, there's business banking. So there are different products under that. There's savings account, there's overdraft, there's interest account, there's loan account. So it's broad, right? You can just narrow it to this bank. We're trying to modernize their data warehouse that stores customer information, that stores the different product and services, you know, and different type of, banking services for the customers.
all right?
And, different reports. So you can Google what are different reports in banking, you know. That is a lot. Banking is broad. Just tailor it to what you are comfortable. Remember, you don't need to talk about everything. Choose a scope. A project always tackles a scope. It's not like everything in the banking sector. Choose, maybe you want to just talk about savings account customer. All the data that relates to their product, their service, the customer is what, and transaction is what you want to talk about. That's fine. So so to give you an so this is phase one, which is again, which is just an idea. You don't have to, you really don't have to go with this word for word. Understand it. Everything is still the commissioning. Then here we want to create self-service. You know what we call self-service report? Self-service is like,
Huh?
yeah, you can do it yourself exactly. So what they are saying is that we should create a system, right? Or a report
Wait,
that it will just be like drag and drop thing. So I can go on the platform and say, I want to create report. I want to see the transaction for the last 30 days. I will just pick transaction, date, period, things like that. I need to just plot a re- report for me. So I will do it it will be very easy, right? Depending on the type of report I want to build. So that's what they are saying here, that they will allow people to be able to create their own self-service report. Yeah. So
okay,
there's data models, so which is what I've said. Just allows people drag and drop and create whatever they want. All
gotcha.
good.
All right. Yeah, I think I get that project. Well,
And
so
yeah,
I think I'm able to figure out the rest for myself. Thank you. You've given me a great head start. Um, but now if I'm thinking about project 9 and also doing project 8, it looks like I'm doing a lot of data centric thing because project 8 is like a people central system as well does that is also a bit of data migration.
this is not very data heavy.
The the
So
whole the
there's integration, yes, but it's up to you now, right? To me, you have choice of 9 project plus. You want to choose the one you know. So what's the problem? This one is data. Are you saying it from perspective that you don't understand it, or you're saying is it good to have similar project? Which one are you saying?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that it's looking like I'm not rigorous because my goal was to put in these two as my projects, but it's looking like I'm just very like all I know is data, data. Hello?
No, not necessarily. Here, the project objective is different. You see, the HR is experiencing. So first, this is a data transformational program in the organization. So they are doing different projects under that digital transformation. Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm
So
checking that info.
um yeah. So HR department was experiencing efficient processes. Yeah. So this is more of like it's more of system based. Of course, there's integration, but it's more system based. But do you understand this project? Ah.